People who say 100% no and have no interest are leaving money on the table. One nice thing about some of the insurance work is it starts immediately. A typical conversion time frame for most remodeling companies is from the time the lead comes in to the time they actually start swinging the hammer. It could be anywhere from 4 to 6 months. And in these scenarios, it's probably within the first 30 days. And then they have the opportunity to have another great client. It's not like you take whoever comes your way. You interview them the same way you interview every project. And some projects, a lot of them really will turn into a, hey, since the kitchen's destroyed, why don't we go ahead and remodel it anyway and do a new design? And so it's a little different, but it can have a very similar outcome, and the client can kind of get the insurance company to help fund their newly designed kitchen versus just put everything back in the exact same place. Most remodelers that I know can't go out and do a $25,000 insurance job, but the project can be big enough where the client still needs help navigating all this, because otherwise it's the client and the adjuster and whoever they get to do this. And if it's just kind of a typical insurance contract, nobody's really taking responsibility for the success of this project. And so there's an opportunity to go to the client and say, look, this is what's involved. This is what's going to take. We do charge for our time, right? We have this opportunity to go in and write detailed estimates to work with the adjuster to help increase the costs, and to kind of make the claim like, no, this is what stuff costs. And because insurance companies typically undervalue everything, and not really take on the burden of, we don't tell the client that we work for the insurance company, we get paid by the insurance company, we tell them we work for you. Yeah, so we're advocating for you. A good goal, we say, is that if we can get the insurance company to pay what this costs versus less than what it costs, but it takes work to do that. We're not on the hook for whatever the insurance company pays up. The client's on the hook to sign our contract. So that takes a little bit of pressure off the contractor. I think the contractor just setting it up and saying, this is how we do it. This is our process, and understanding it's going to take some time and you're going to have to work with the adjuster. Maybe they don't want to deal with that, but at the same time, they're really saying goodbye to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work every year, which I don't think is, I think there's something to weigh there. In that, they should probably know what their lane is. So in floods and freezes and blah, 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 there is, the first thing is mitigation, which can be as simple as just demoing surgically and strategically immediately. Most remodelers need to do nothing with that. And they need to have a couple mitigation companies in their phone that they can give their clients. They call them, and as soon as they're done, call us. And like I said, mitigation could be as simple as demolition, or it can be, we've brought in mitigators and they put all these crazy stuff on the wood floors to dry them out and take them from cupping back to flat. We don't have that sort of equipment, technology, knowledge. And so sometimes they come in before, and sometimes they're a part of the process. And I think remodelers need to really remember what their lane is, which is to remodel, not to mitigate, and not to restore in a situation like that. But they also need to realize that this is part of this game. And that's what insurance work is. It's just a big, stupid game. And they need to kind of understand these things outside of their knowledge so that they can go in and do projects like this and do it correctly and bring in the right people. And it's probably not any different than when they started, or if they're still growing. You still take on projects and you say, never really done that before. I'm not going to assume that there's nothing to know that I don't know. I'm going to do everything I can to close the gap and acknowledge I don't know what I don't know.